I've really enjoyed using the Grade with AI program. It saves me a ton of time, especially when I have class sizes of 35 and 36 students times 5. It also provides really specific and targeted feedback. So if students want an opportunity to correct their mistakes or redo an assignment, I can tell them exactly what to do.
I teach honors chemistry, and GradeWithAI has been so helpful with us in figuring out how to more efficiently grade our exams that are beyond just multiple choice. So throughout the past few months, we've really benefited from trying out this program, and it's I can't wait to see all of the future updates and improvements that's going to happen. So I highly recommend this program.
Grade with AI was very user-friendly and sometimes even more accurate than a human would grade the papers. So I say thank you, Grade with AI.
Yeah, I really appreciate how easy it is to change the rubric so that it's grading for the things that I care about, and I really appreciate the level of feedback it provides.
It's also allowed me to take analytics and do feedback analytics. So I see where students are particularly having problems, and I can adjust, my teaching style so that they are getting all the information they need.
Yeah.
It's been very helpful. So Mr. Braskin and I ran a test at one point to see just if your software could do it. Mm-hmm. We had a student submit in Chinese, and your system was able to take that, convert it to English so we could read it, give it feedback based on a rubric, convert it back to the native language, and then submit it back to the student.
Yeah.
So your software's pretty cool. It's given some of our students that, English is not necessarily their first language, an opportunity to do things in their own language, which is easier for them, It's a uniquely adaptable grading system, and I've used quite a bit of online AI graders, when I taught history. Yours is far and away the best one I've ever used.
And instead of, as a teacher, having to read every single one of them, Grade with AI helps me out with that. And through what I've done, it does a better job than I do. One of the big benefits that I've seen with Grade with AI is the fact that it doesn't just grade the paper, it gives them reasoning as to why every single point is awarded or not awarded. And that is a very valuable thing for the students, because I allow them, once they have their grade done, be able to take the information that's given to them, rewrite it, and resubmit it. Because the ultimate aspect is for them to know the material, not to get a grade. I really think that one of the biggest benefits I've got from AI, and how I would describe it is the digital assistant that saves me hours of work.
I would say the moment that made the biggest impact on me was when we were doing the very first tests, and I had written a free response solution that I had intentionally introduced some errors into. And we were giving it to the AI to get feedback. And the standout feature at that time was that it would both correct your code and it would comment and it show each place where it made a correction. And I have a distinct style of writing my code, and one of the interesting and also most challenging things about free response questions is that any solution that solves the problem counts. And so there's not just one way to do it. And what amazed me was when I looked at the AI's corrections, not only were the corrections correct, but it used my style of writing code, so that it was not just giving me a canned solution, not just showing me how to fix it the one best way, but actually showing me the way that I would fix it if I were doing it right. And that is something that is a milestone, a leap ahead, that frankly even a teacher would struggle to do. And so the unique and outstanding feature that really has an impact on the way I teach and the way students learn is that they can do the progress check, submit it to the AI, and immediately get feedback within minutes, showing them their mistakes and how to correct them. Then the next implementation is for actual exams, and in that situation, students can turn them all in, and I can click a button, and the AI can just go through and give its score and its feedback back on every one of those exams. And then I can open them, and I'm reading through and giving my score without actually looking at what the AI had to say yet. And then when I get to the end, I line up my score. I go through and look for where the AI and I agreed and disagreed. And what I often find is that it caught things that I missed. That when we're scoring, when the College Board is scoring, they have a back reader who's checking a percentage of my job reading student solutions. And if my score is within 1 point out of 9 of the score that they come up with, that's considered acceptable. In my experience, the AI meets that in that its score and my score are rarely different by more than 1 point.
Wow.
So it's like having a backstop reader that I would have when I'm doing an actual official reading. And to me, that's amazing because I'm no longer alone in the classroom. Yeah, the iterative process in my mind has been a perfect example of how code should be developed using the human-centered design paradigm. You and I met. You had some ideas for how this could work in a classroom, and you pitched those to me, and then I gave back answers and gave you some insight as to what I thought would be more useful, and then you would come back a few days later with an amazing turnaround time that honestly impressed me every single time with a something for me to test. I would try it out, I would give it to my students, have them give it a shot, and we would see the results, and then I would come back to you with, okay, yeah, we need this revision, and hey, this feature would be nice. And by going through this iterative process over the last 2 years, I think that you've managed to develop a tool that works well in the classroom, integrates in a way that makes it accessible for teachers in all kinds of different subject areas.